I just love this chord so much. Hey, I'm Melody from 音乐好品味. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're talking about a sextet written by Tchaikovsky, Souvenir de Florence. So, what is a sextet? It's a piece of music written for a little band, aka a sextet, which is composed of 6 musicians, 2 violinists, 2 violists, and 2 cellists. But, well, in fact, this piece is more often played by a string orchestra than a sextet like that. And yes, the chord comes back again. Let me talk about it, okay? This chord is composed of 4 notes, A, E, C sharp, and a B flat. I played this piece with the school orchestra a couple of years ago, and I played the first violin. I suffered this painful twist of fingers for such a long time. It looks like this on a violinist's left hand. Index finger on the G and D string, middle finger on the A string, and little pinky on the E string. My middle and little finger could barely stand straight. I feel like getting a cramp every time I play this chord. Nevertheless, it always sounds perfectly rebellious, and I forget the pain right away. Fun fact, I first played this piece in 2016. It was around the US presidential election. One of the candidates was Hillary Clinton, and in Chinese, the first 3 notes sounds just like Sheila Ray. Here's another thing worth introducing. As you heard, the notes sound slightly weird because they're not entirely on the spot, you know? They're called doublets. If you had noticed, this piece is in 3/4 time. Usually, if the number on the top can be divided by 3, the piece would be like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 beats are merged into 1 so that it's easier to put 3 equal notes in 1 beat. In this case, if you want to put 2 notes in 1 beat, you need doublets to redefine how 1 beat is cut. I think I must talk about these crescendos. They always give me goosebumps. Anyway, let's talk about how violins do crescendos. The first one, also the worst one, is by pressing the bow harder and harder. It becomes louder as you put more strength on the string, but at the same time, the notes would sound cracked, just like you put much of pressure on a cookie. It crashes and the notes are ruined. Don't recommend it. The second one is by picking up the pace of a bow. The hair of the bow has countless tiny scales on it. If the bow moves faster, more scales pick the string at a time, and this increases the volume. It sounds much better than the first one, but still not as charming as the third one. It's made by vibrato, a special technique for string instruments. We press the string with our left hand. By moving it back and forth super quickly, the notes would sound brighter and way more delicate. By doing a tiny vibrato to a big one, the volume increases in such a magical way that sometimes even drive me to tears. Sometimes we do accent this way too. The note will sound bright but not cracked in such a beautiful way. Here's a fun story about the sextet. This piece is named Souvenir of Florence. However, only 1 movement was written in and about Florence. That is the second movement. The first, third, and fourth movements are nothing related to Florence, but they're much more famous than the second one. I like the fourth movement too. You should give it a try. There are several games, conversations between instruments in this piece. For instance, the first violin plays a B and then gives a jump. The second violin then plays a B in an octave below. Another one, but it's G. And an F, but continued by a second viola. And then here comes a conversation between the first violin and the first viola. And then a unity. And another one. The conversation then continues. I suppose that I forgot to talk about something important. The composer Tchaikovsky. He's a Russian and his name is too hard I can't pronounce, but on loose key, that's so cool. Anyway, the most famous pieces of Tchaikovsky are undoubtedly Swan Lake, The Sleeping Beauty, and The Nutcracker. My personal favorite is still Souvenir de Florence. Tchaikovsky has another famous masterpiece, 1812 Overture. You might all have heard of it a bit, but not really knowing what's the name of the piece. Although it's famous, he had once described it as very loud and noisy, and it was written with no warm feeling of love. Oh, the piece was scheduled to be performed with real bells and cannons, but didn't come to last though. Another fun fact, Tchaikovsky suffered stage fright. He once went on stage as a guest conductor with his hand holding his head because he was afraid it would fall down. That's ridiculous. Wait, I feel that this melody is familiar. A big thing is approaching, I assume. The volume is increasing, and the note is ascending too. I suppose that maybe we should just make it to a second episode. This piece is so much fun. Hope you enjoy like I do. If you like our video, please hit like and subscribe us. Stay tuned and bye!